Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, me say we eat the yellow rat you. Use the youth, them money, waste and bust a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, girl, and say that is not you. On the head, the man above him, him a got a bet too much. It in the kitchen, some a fly well like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption peace.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our river. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start and thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the soul man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Stibby-dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love Lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good afternoon if you are chiming in from London, and good morning to you on the Eastern timeline. Thank you all for joining us. The long-awaited FINSAC report, they called it then. We expected it to be published yesterday, but we're left in more confusion and with more question asking. Will we ever have a resolve on the FINSAC issue? And why is the media so silent on such a long-awaited report? Or because we are not going to do the work for the commission after the commission has been paid over 160 million Jamaican dollars. The commission, before their resignation, did not produce a report, even though Dr. Clarke told us that the FINSAC report is ready and will be published. Surprise, surprise, yesterday, it was not a report, because our understanding of report have two major things in it, which are called findings and recommendations. Another thing that identify a report, it's in one codified document. Just like we understand and see when the Integrity Commission is submitting their report, hundreds and hundreds of pages of it, but in one document or document, additional document supporting it, but the major report is held in one document. So nobody should run around and talk about the FINSAC report. There isn't such. Simple not so. Good morning to my community of parity, all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning. Marcia Thomas, Beat and Teach. Morning, morning. Country Gal 84. Gloria Morris. RJ. Real Sweet. Willie Dunn. Jamrock 876. Jacqueline Brooks. Marcia Gray. Ebenezer Cody. Violet Watson. Jason Kane. Bros. Monica Hawthorne. Denise Hilton. Morning, everybody, morning. Wanna see anything in the FINSAC report? Nobody try to read the FINSAC report. Nobody hear of no media. Me know Cliff make mention of it. But given how the country was waiting for the FINSAC report, it's rather much a disappointment. And not only that, is how much Nigel Clarke lied to the nation until it was his time to go. Even his final sets of presentation, Deshaun Bennett, even his final set, Devontae Dunn, of presentation are major than lies. There was never, Miranda Ruddock, a FINSAC report. A report was not produced. But Nigel Clarke told us that there's a FINSAC report that will be published. Nigel Clarke also told us that that FINSAC report would be put in a documentary. Annette Thomas will be put in a documentary. But now we understand, after spending over $160 million on the FINSAC report, that was not produced. We're still giving two universities $20 million, $10 million each to do to do scholarly research on the FINSAC report. So after we pay the field commission of the FINSAC debacle, we're still going to have to pay the academics to come up with an understanding of the report. Pauline Dixon. Don't you think Nigel Clarke should have come to the nation and asked the nation if more of taxpayers' money should go into something that we're not going to get a resolution on, that nobody is going to take accountability for? We can't continue to waste money and madness, Jamaica. But nobody at home is putting pressure on these fools. We've paid $160 million. And what did we get? We get a whole bunch of document to go and read for ourselves. Raymond G. Marcia Gray, Pauline Dixon. So what's the point of more of taxpayers' money going into something? We did not have a compiled report. Yes, what is published is a collection of information from different factors that would allow the commissioners to come up with a report where they would have explained the problem. The report probably would apportion blame or responsibility to what institution or what person would have contributed to the FINSAC collapse. What it would also do is go on to tell you what the findings of their investigation are that would lead to their decision of apportioning blame or responsibility. What they would then move on to do next is make recommendations that the government and the financial institution and Ministry of Finance ought to put in place to prevent such debacle from happening again. There was nothing like that. So I don't want nobody go walk and talk about FINSAC report. There isn't such. Nothing no go so. When we walk and talk about FINSAC report, we help Nigel Clarke tell the lie. Call it what him have to publish it under FINSAC archives. They were telling us about report until them publish it. Colleen Jones. So I don't want nobody walk around and call it FINSAC report, Balfour Clarke. It is. Why was it not stated in the report that fake loan account was created up on investor? Balfour, me no business with them something there. We don't have a report. May go through 6 years of academic tie down. Me now go sit down and go through all of these different galanging for me come to a conclusion. There's a whole, all of these listing, you see, there's a whole lot of information in them. So we go read. Me not at the time for do that. Nobody not pay me for do academic research. That's an academic research. When we could go write a 10,000 page essay. If me sit down and read FINSAC, me could sit down and write a 10,000 word essay out of it. Nobody not pay me. Me now put myself through them Jill the June Plum 26, Noreen Robinson. Me now put myself through them Jill. Me go through it already. For earn the knowledge or earn a certain level of knowledge. FINSAC, we pay these people to produce a report. For whatever reason, the commission and the government couldn't get us a report. And now Nigel come and I tell we the people say, we figure do academic research and come up to a decision about FINSAC, Jamaica. And Nigel Clarke still take up without asking you any question. $20 million give to university figure do a study of FINSAC. Do you understand how insulting that is? Not even cancel out the lies them when Nigel tell me. Do you understand how insulting these moves are? Where everything, 1 second. Everything is done around us, over us, without our advice, idea, or knowledge. Miranda, we're further from clarity. Let me pull up the FINSAC report. We're further from clarity because the amount of information where Ministry of Finance throw at us, it's not information where everybody is going to be able to understand. I would struggle to understand it as well because it have to do with the financial field. And I don't know say me dunce, because them probably going to talk about number in there. And it even go, oh, sorry for me. Them probably go talk about number in there. And me would get completely lost. But what these people have done is Nigel Clarke just struck a lot of documents at us and says, jolly on, get on with it. Go and educate yourself, said Nigel. because he can't be telling us anything else. He cannot be telling us anything else. And then yesterday, come sure, we want to know, Nigel, the settings what you do yesterday, did Positive Media or the Andrew Holness Media Galangin name, did they get the contract for that Galangin because of beer milk or not milk with? We not just walk and milk with so. But all of these areas where you say legal submission, legal submission. Let me look into the FINSAC submission and see how broad a document it is. But what Nigel Clarke has done is basically just tell us, go and do it yourself. Go and do it yourself. It's pretty much what they're telling us. It's pretty much what they're telling us. I hope I paid them here figure through. There's a lot of information in the FINSAC. And so there, all money, all number in there. How they expect me now figure understand anything where I want to say what number attached to. So for those of you who feel fancy and want to read it, let me see how much page the FINSAC submission alone be. It's a lot of reading, my people. So there 26 pages. I mean, a whole heap of pages. A whole heap of page. So, if any of you interested, but me not feel like me want to do a study on the FINSAC Commission, because when me go do a study from the FINSAC Commission, nobody now go award me a degree in a financial excellence when me do it. But this is what Nigel Clarke left us with. And the country is still expected to continue to plunge taxpayer money into this nonsense that's just kicking the can down the road. I mean, after spending 26 million, 160 million rather, Sharon Bernard, Michelle Lewis Wilson, Prudence Elliott. Prudence, all when me belly full, me not read it. Because that's like doing a degree. To go through the whole of the information with Nigel public. This is why Nigel offer money to 2 universities. For university give scholarship. For student go study FINSAC. And I'm guessing a lot of the people that is going to be studying FINSAC are people who are studying for them doctoral degree, major are mainly in finance, and them where they are their master's degree. Me not have time for them something there. FINSAC need to scrap. The whole FINSAC thing need to scrap. It happened already. The country need to move on and get on from FINSAC. I don't see why the country should waste a dime more on this whole FINSAC debacle after we were promised a report, and know that we've been chucked a lot of information to go and read and come up with our conclusion. What's the point? Haven't we wasted enough money? Do we have more money to waste? When we hospital or we school, them a cry out. When police are cry out for vehicle for them station. When rain a fall inside a police station, do we have no more money to waste on a scandal? Jamaica talk truth. Do we have more money to waste on a scandal, Simone Dixon? We don't have no more money for waste on a scandal. Almost 200 million, because Nigel take 20 million. Go put up yesterday. And FINSAC was a lot of money spent. An awful lot of money. See it there? over 160 million, close to 170 million. And Nigel Clarke still yesterday take 20 million and give to 2 universities. Wanna go and go learn FINSAC, write a thesis on it, write some brilliant essays or some master's paper on it. Let's have something in our academic library. Let's use FINSAC as a study in our university to educate the future generation. This is what FINSAC has become, you know. FINSAC has become a syllabus for university or a study for universities. Jamaica shouldn't have to fund more of this. See the Canada girl, the courthouse them don't even have toilet. You have to walk and look down upon courthouse floor, because if you buck your foot, you know how it go dry Reynolds. You know how it go if you buck your foot. Sandra, how you do? Jamaica people, we need to stand up against something. We need to stand up for something. We can't allow the government to continue to take money and piss it next to tree. We don't have it. We cannot afford it. The whole FINSAC thing need to scrap. We've wasted enough money on it. And what did we achieve? Nothing. Nothing. We have achieved nothing. Me hear Nigel Clarke attack say the lessons learned, some of the lessons learned were implemented. Implemented where? People, enough is enough. Enough wastage. Enough of pushing us around. Enough of fooling us. Enough of controlling us with snippets and narrative. Debbie Jervis, how you do? Enough of controlling us with snippets and narrative and optics. It's time for we stand up and tell them, say, you can't just take our money and throw it pan where you want, and at the end, you still can't produce with any result. How long now FINSAC are going? From 2018 or when? I can't even read them small something. Let me pull it up on my phone. And to date, Nigel Clarke come out just before him hop off to foreign. Nigel Clarke come out and tell we say, go and go read for yourself, but me also pay the university to help on read it as well. So when one of them picking it from university, complete them paper. Oh, me forgot to say over here, so me figure go read. You see me dunce? Good dunce, you know. Good dunce. Dunce like Nigel. So FINSAC closed operation in 2002. The FINSAC Commission of Inquiry was established in 2008. So from 2008, we've been waiting to hear something. Lots of money been thrown at FINSAC. And by 2019, FINSAC collapsed. By 2019, FINSAC collapsed. Beat and Teach, help me here. Which party did in power 2008? Was it 2008 was when Bruce Golden, around the time that Bruce Golden did win from Portia? Help to remind me, please. Who did in power 2008? Remind me who did in power 2008. But this is all a scam. The Jamaica people don't need What you say yes to? What it was Bruce Golden. And see there, we don't get nothing. Labour continue to tell us that we are going to show you how FINSAC, how PNP and FINSAC, Bruce commissioned the inquiry. And then the inquiry collapsed under Andrew Holness' third year, was it not? Under his third year. And the collapse of the commission was to do mainly with finances, I think, the budget of the commission. And the commission collapsed. Nothing. And we should pay more money. We should pay more money to do what? To achieve what? What do you think we're going to achieve in continuing to pursue FINSAC? Let's be realistic. What will are we hoping to achieve from pursuing FINSAC? Taxpayers' money could go, Rennie Nicholson, how you do? Taxpayers' money could go to something much more meaningful that benefit Jamaicans, Vernon Adams. Taxpayers' money could go into something much more meaningful. We don't need to spend any more money on FINSAC. FINSAC was a failure. Pursuing FINSAC and wanting to know how the collapse happened, who is responsible, or if there's, it's a failure. After spending 170 million, and then Nigel Clarke again gave away 20 million yesterday, 190 million gone down the drain in a FINSAC already. Jamaica, this is enough. I'll say, we don't have more money to waste. Besides, while we waste all that money, we going to have to take the painstaking time of reading through all these documents that FINSAC that the FINSAC commission has collected, that Nigel Clarke published as an archive yesterday. Even though Nigel Clarke been fooling with on times the FINSAC report ready, and him a go publish FINSAC report. Surprise, surprise. Yesterday we just realized nothing no go so, but no report. You don't notice they now make the headlines? You don't notice the media them not really have the time to talk about it because it's a lot of documents to throw over. You're gonna have to go through a lot of documents before you can give a proper response. And I ain't doing that. But that's why I'm responding to Nigel lies and Nigel scams. We don't need to spend any more money upon this. I know what a report is. During my time of academic studies, I have to read a lot of reports. No report was compiled. They collected a lot of information. But because of budgetary reasons and because they had to resign, they could not, they did not produce a report. The information they collected, the Easy Jerk World, they handed it over to Nigel Clarke. Rather than telling us the truth at that point, Nigel tell us that the FINSAC report is ready and it's going to be put in a documentary, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And then yesterday when Nigel sit down, we realized that, oh, there was never a report. A report was never prepared. We know what reports are. When the Integrity Commissioner send annual report to Parliament, it's normally in one document. Reports are normally in one document. If there's addition, there's a supplementary document, it's there together with it. But what Nigel published is nowhere near a report. It doesn't have any findings in it. It doesn't have any recommendations in it. What Nigel Clarke published is a collection of information that if the commissioners had run their full course with the necessary funding, then from those information, the commissioners would write a report on the information they collected. Miranda, of course, they would have to do a summary and a conclusion, as well as the report would be presented by the commission or whoever, but the commission closed down from 2019. 2024, Nigel just come give way the information where them give him. When all along, Nigel Clarke have us believing that there's an actual FINSAC report, which was a lie. It was a lie as it turned out to be. And now we're going to have to go through all these documents and come up with our own report. I saw it going on. Or we have to wait until a university study the document and come up with a idea or a pronouncement on it. Why should we waste more money on that? So we give 20 million for students go study. We give 20 million for students go study. Ask yourself the question though. Look how long Nigel has promised we. Why Nigel throw FINSAC into the midst at the moment when Integrity Commission report is what is burning down the grass across the island? Because after today, we not talk about FINSAC in Nigel come in and read it. If it was a report, then I would have gone through it. Me not me come out of university a few years ago. Me not have the time to go sit down and assess so much information and read and talk and write and talk. No. That's a disrespect to the nation after you take them tax money and go pay. So after today, when me not talk about FINSAC, the Integrity Commission, because when I go on like I say, that's the end of it. Remember some more report I go come. What the hell if report drop all a week or two before conference, the for conference, you know. And whether it drop before or after conference, it's still leading up to a general election. And that's no problem or no distraction, but all I want can fool. So glad that Onanati will present FINSAC as a report so it don't capture people attention. We only have to point out the lie and the misinformation where you've been having us hanging on to. And you go on, like I say, you provide a solution as to the FINSAC investigation. No, this is another of your failure. This is another of JLP failed promises that they're going to get to the bottom of the FINSAC issue. I see it there. See it there. Create even more questions than it answers. Thief in Gillette. Jamaica. No, let me do the other part first. When we're telling us if we stand up for no rights on ourselves, we know that it works. We see there was example of it in Kenya where Ruto have to step away from the financial bill when they go pass for this budget. We saw when the youths of Nigeria rose up, the Nigerian Congress raised the minimum wage within 48 hours. The people of Martinique rose up regarding cost of living. And Ghanaian youths were rising up the other day as well. I haven't seen much, but Ghanaian youths were rising up recently as well. Now, the government of Martinique is going to sign a deal to lower food price and cost of living. If you don't use your power, it won't work for you. Or if you have your power and you don't use it, don't blame anybody for not using your power, because Kenny Gale, all I know, what we love to run around with the argument. Majority carries we are the people, so why don't I use the power? If we are the people and we are the majority and we are the government, why on earth we don't use our power? Sit down and act like we don't have power and don't exercise it. Don't cut a dash. Really don't cut a dash. Kenya, Nigeria, and Martinique, there are three recent examples where the youths push the government to make decisions in their favor or to revert decisions that's not in their favor, such as killing the financial bill in the Kenyan parliament because the youths never want it, such as raising the minimum wage in order to stem the anger coming from the youths by the Nigerian authorities. Now see Martinique. The Martinique government is responding to the people. Because if you, the people, don't use your power, go on back in a slavery peaceful and leave we alone. You understand? If you don't have the power and don't want to use it, go on back in a slavery peaceful and leave us alone. Because see the disgraceful leadership in our country with a thieving prime minister and a thieving head of the legislature, and not one of you. No groups across the country can muster up to go and demonstrate against the government. Jamaica is so confused, complacent, and divided that everybody can just take liberty and jump up and down over. You know? Because nothing to say. It's going to get better. People are going to come make it better for you. Why you think we politicians them thieves? So? Why you think Andrew a thief wholesale? Why you think Andrew Holness a thief wholesale? Because him sister a fool. Him sister don't care. Nobody now go push back. Him knows so the people will defend him because them tribal and stupid and dunce like labor rights who Dr. Justice Pantan say, Uno, God Almighty is sorry for the people of Jamaica. Because if Uno can't read what Uno write down in a book, Almighty God don't expect we to read it and understand it. Uno wicked so politician. I mean, the crab told them, crab step in a ink and crawl out to the left side. And Uno can't read it. But we must understand it and obey it. And Uno don't want to read, you know. The embarrassment that came out of the commission, out of the committee on Tuesday, A Tuesday or a Monday. What are they did? Whichever one, I think a Tuesday. The embarrassment that came out make Jamaica look like a piece of shit on the international scene, where our legislative has been exposed internationally, Keith, as not understanding the very laws they make. Everald Warmington says 6 years, 6 years, and I have not seen one report from the Integrity Commission. Look in the basket, Mother Heifer. There's 6 in there. Perhaps if you read the annual report, you wouldn't be asking for the commission to be audited and the audit and who is responsible for auditing them and why they haven't been audited, and you never see an audit and you want to see an audit because otherwise you will not approve the funding. Who are you? Ballpoint dunce. Big letter dunce. All you had to do was read. Just like all the old and have a debacle over Justice Panton saying the commission don't take order from nobody except for the court. It's in the Integrity Commission Act. I never faced him or make it up when him says so. It's in the Integrity Commission Act. But by the way, that is the reason why Andrew Holness run to the court for judicial review, because the act says the commission is only and take orders from the court by way of judicial review, not from anybody else. What they can sit down and do is inform Parliament and provide information to Parliament and network with Parliament. But Parliament cannot say to the Integrity Commission, this is what I want you to do. And the act. It's the act that speaks. The act. An act of Parliament, they are living instrument. When I mean the living instrument, we blow breath. Living instrument as to how they work and function. You know, just like we say in a company's law, a company is a legal person separate to you, the person who owns the company. A piece of legislation is a living instrument. Means it created for the time where we're in, and going forward, you can adapt that legislation to what society is then. So it's a way of improving legislations as society improve. It's a living instrument. This is why the Integrity Commission have made suggestion of where they think amendment should be or what it should be. That's why they make those suggestions and recommendations for Parliament to review the law. But why do Marlene Malahoo fought? You want the whole thing totally rewritten. Why do you want the Integrity Commission Act rewritten at this point? Why not amend and replace the areas them that are of contention? The areas where legal conflict emerge, where you're giving at the right hand and take out at the left hand. Because this is why you have a review the commission. So you review how the legislation works, how it aids the commission to do their work, where there are conflict in the legislation. This is why Greg Christie tell you, don't Spurnell Charles, it's your hat. Wear it. We have pointed out where we think there was a problem. Why you come ask us to interpret the law? And let me tell someone of JLP, come hear this discussion. Greg Christie is under no duty to interpret the law. In Greg Christie's capacity, it's what is called application. When you get to the court interpret what it should be and what Parliament meant. So the federal that the way you say Parliament are Guanpan, they are under no duty to interpret the law. What they can do is apply the law in black and white as it's laid down on paper. That is called the what you call the rule there again? But the literal rule, you apply anyone away aga last school and looking at a statue. If normally first section or sometimes it's a section way down, but you look in at the contents area and it would tell you that this is the interpretation statute. Now, what the interpretation section what the interpretation section in a statute does is give meaning and definition to words or phrases. Where there's no interpretation section within the statute, you observe the law as it is in black and white on paper. If there's a word that creates problem for you, you use the literal dictionary meaning of the word because the section did not provide a interpretation or a definition for that word. So you use the Collins Dictionary definition of the word and you apply the law as it is. That's what Greg Christie and them lot have to do. It's not their job to interpret the law. Andrew Holness going to the court now. It's the court that will do the interpretation. All right? So hope Uno Labor understand it that as so it go. Don't just do like a Andrew Holness and Pernell Charles and Everard Warmington. Read what no things said upon the paper or what no one said upon the paper. No, read what is actually there, Evan Bradford. Because that's quite much what is happening with the Andrew Holness statutory declaration. People are not reading what's on the paper. They are reading what they think happened. They are reading what they think the enemy of the prime minister wants to happen to the prime minister. They are reading what the opposition and the Integrity Commission and Gleaner collude together to do with the prime minister. Don't read it like that. Read what's on the paper. That's why Dr. Justice Panton told you all the report produced facts. Facts. The report produced. But if Uno don't stand up, the next illicit 7 are going to produce and them are going to get away with it because you, the people of Jamaica, because on a divided and tribal line, nobody don't want to get up and say, let's do it for Jamaica. Let's do it for Jamaica and not for our political narrative or allegiance. Let's do it for Jamaica. Oh, Jamaica nah get ya so. Jamaica nah get ya so. Cash incentives for the people of Grenada. Cash incentive for the people of Grenada. Guyanese President Ifran Ali has revised his cash payout incentive to citizens. Last week, he announced a slew of incentives, including a one-off cash payment of $250 $100,000 for every household. Jamaica, I wouldn't turn over no more to than form if phone a politician them ever think of phone in that way. But in a live broadcast on Wednesday, he announced a revised cash payout. So him cut down the hold on. President Ali said President Ali said each citizen 18 years and older as of January 2024 will receive a one-off cash payment grant of 100,000. You see how broader it become? First, it was going to be given 200,000 to households. But him even revise it and say, once you become 18-year-old, the 1st of January this year, we're going to make sure you get $100,000. You know how much small business that can start for people. You know how much help that is for any family. You know how much little small business families can start from that. Families can come together and do land investment from that. Jamaica, you think our government cares this much? Do you think even if the archangel come in at them sleep at night time and promise to strike them unless they do that for you, you think them are going to even stretch out them hand to take up the country money and give you when them need it for steal? Look at how much money we got the other day from international donors for the hurricane. And we don't hear nothing about it. What we've been told is the country's economy is doing so well that we went into our pocket, Jamaica. For the first time, they say, we went into our pocket. We didn't have to borrow a dime, they say. But we know no get a lot of free money too. Where is the free money? Because we never have to go into the free money, you know. We never have to go into the free money. Because on us say we pocket did load up. Our pocket was loaded, and because our pocket was loaded, we could go in our pocket and do it. What happened to the donor them money wanna get? What happened to the insurance money wanna get? But you see, they can't continue like this. Because if there's one country on earth that is fast asleep to the changing times and fast asleep to oppression, it is Jamaica. I never knew Jamaica would have fall this silence to oppression. I never knew Jamaican couldn't get to a stage where them afraid a politician like them a picnic. I never knew that would happen. Because we always have that boastful, big chest idea. See how Jonathan steal land and stretch out it with elastic. The husband a thief money, people are going to put in money in the prime minister, money in a cash bind. We learn say SSL, the failed fraudulent company, and drop money in the prime minister account, and all sort of galanging. And Jamaica people think this is good governance. Jamaica people think that they ought to be respected on the international scene when your prime minister is a thief, your head of your legislature is a thief. It became clear this week So the whole of them are dunce. Even the law that's on paper in front of them don't know and them don't understand. And some of the Jamaicans that jump around and talk about how on proud of Jamaica. One proud of talk truth. One proud of go and go name the sand them on the beach where no can go. Go on. When you don't even have road for walk pan, not drive pan. We don't have hospital. We don't have, what are you proud of? Sun hot everywhere else except for Europe and North America and the northern states of North America. Sun hot everywhere else. People friendly everywhere else. And not friendly we Jamaican friendly, you know. A fool and over glad for stranger. We no fucking friendly. We're gonna mumma rat sit not pardon this morning because we not friendly to ourselves. We don't friendly to ourselves. We don't go friendly to good ear people. Because remember, some people used to say, will you take up the man there with a bad ear for? Will you take up the girl there with a bad ear for? Because I want Becky with the good ear. We don't want Becky with the good hair. What are we proud of? Proud of the new airport in Negril. You know, here Andrew Olness say, if I go build one new terminal or Montego Bay, I can't even bother with this scandal, you know, because when you talk off of Andrew in a B-time teacher, we get yourself in a trouble. And I can't bother to talk off of Andrew, because when you talk off of Andrew, you certainly are going to get yourself in a problem. Former finance minister criticized FINSAC victims' narrative. Like, seriously, Omar Davis? But anyway, me not read the report, so me not get in a hit. Me and Nigel Clarke. Me not have time for no. This is between me and Nigel. FINSAC commission hearing made public. PM stress need to educate Jamaicans on impact of climate change. This is one of another of his master's agenda that he's been given to push as well, the climate change agenda. So I want to take note of that. That is one of the agenda given to him by his masters to advance. Flight grades say rather ready to assist farmers that are impacted by heavy rain. Boy, if you follow the promises them, you go crazy. There is also flash flood warning across the entire island, given tropical tropical wave going in. So those are all things you ought to be concerned of. I wish part Mr. Oris Chang say American veteran fined $1 million on gun and ammunition charge. Why 1 million and not imprisonment? Do you know that a lot of the Jamaicans were fight in the British and the American military? You know, at times they are in the illegal gun trade of sending gun home as well. Think of it. So I don't know why, if I'm the Jamaican and him get catch, him a go to prison. So I don't say why him not go to prison, so, but never mind. I think it was similar the situation with Jabas as well, isn't it? Oh dear. That's something that sound weird to me, but I'm going to go read the headline and I'm not going to comment on it. Firefighter die in freak accident. Latest in a string of tragedy for the brigade. It is said that this young man fell in his bath Dunmel and broke his neck. But I'm not gonna go further on that. CTOC intelligence led capacity led to arrest of 100%, 100 million seizure. And Horace Chang is saying that the police are equipped to fight, what do you call it? To fight latches scamming. I don't know what Horace Chang mean when him said that, but he actually said the police equipped to do it. I don't know what him I talk about. When you see Horace Chang and if him not sleep, when I ask him, what do you mean? Because Global TV don't understand what you mean. So if one can get an explanation from him, police now say they have more than 100 million in cash was seized during the latches scamming raid in Portmore. Hold on. More than 100 killed and 50 injured after gasoline tank explodes in Nigeria. Wow. Wow, that's awfully saddened. Which song him I say now? But yes, my people, there you have it. There you have it. And after today, I'm going to talk about the FINSAC report because there's nothing FINSAC to talk about. We didn't get a report. We just get information thrown in our face. Hold on, the public hearing of the financial sector company FINSAC commission established in 2009 to investigate the factor led to Jamaica financial sector collapse in the 90s have been made available in a public archive. Finance Minister Dr. Fish, following through on his promise made early this year, announced the launch of emphasizing everything Nigel tell we then was a lie, and it is still now. Everything they said then was a lie, and it is still a lie now. Anyway, my people, thank you for being here with us this morning. Support the program if you can, please. We don't like forgetting the war every day about hitting the like button. We don't like the war over the like button. But we don't seem to love the problem. But we don't have a problem this morning. Me not in the problem this morning, but I'm gonna try me later. Try me later if you're not bad. Well, wicked Dr. Daz him say now Portmore need sewage. Sewage-free street. Okay. So Portmore had the sewage flood into. The whole of Jamaica need fixing. But we don't ever throw silence PNP. Because it look like we don't forget about Andrew's statutory declaration. You know, like how we can come out here and ask Andrew to resign every day. Why the PNP can come out here every day and ask Andrew to the same thing to resign? Why? We can join the call every day and remind the Prime Minister, say, it's no longer tenable for him to be there. Anyway, my people, thank you very much for being here with us this morning. Join us back this evening where we will stuck our teeth into the criminal element of the government that runs our country. Thank you and good morning from the Global Television Group.